Hi, I'm Di with Sister Chicks Quilting. Welcome to my channel today. You know, it is a cold, blustery, rainy spring day, and it looks like it's going to stay this way throughout the weekend. And I just have to tell you, I want to get out in the yard and go do things, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen this weekend. This weekend is one of the grails of all quilt shows. It's the Paducha Quilt Show in Paducha, Kentucky. My girlfriend Heather is there at the Gammill Booth. Yeah, she sells gammels. So if you're there, stop in and say hi to her. If you're not there, another friend, April Story, who has a YouTube channel, April Story, is going to be there filming this weekend. And I'm going to go ahead and I watch her channel because I think she's just funny. And she's a quilter. What's not to love? So I'm going to link her channel below mine. And if you guys want to follow up with her report on the Paducha Quilt Show, I bet it will be good. All right. Despite the weather, I have a very springy project today that I'm super excited about. Let me just show you one block. This is a 3D pinwheel, and yes, I know that there's one arm of it that doesn't match. Anyway, it's super simple to make. I'm going to show you how to make it. My daughter-in-law has this really cute one as a table runner on her table, and I thought, oh, how cute. I looked all over the internet for the pattern. It's just one that's out there, and there's a ton of people doing it, but I'm going to make two pillow tops using this block, and I'm going to show you how. The first one, my heart crush for fabric designers is Allison Glass. And most of this is Allison Glass fabric. The background is Allison Glass fabric. But as you can see, this is quilted in between with little whirligigs or little pinwheels. And I have the pinwheels on here. The background is one of my fave Allison Glass designs. It's called Embroidery. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's got a lot of fun stuff on it. The second pillow I'm going to make is going to be 5 of these pinwheels. And I debated going back and forth which one. I decided to show them both to you. I'd like to get started right now showing you how to make this really super easy, simple pinwheel block. To start with, I want you to notice on this pinwheel block that there's quite a bit of space. There's more than 1/4 of an inch. In fact, I think there's a full 1 inch to the edge. And on this one, I have just like the 1/4 of an inch. So it really doesn't matter. Probably the easiest way to do this to start out with is with a 5-inch block. But you start out with 2 pieces, a background and a colored pinwheel, and you make them the same size. Except if you're going to be doing what I'm going to be doing. And let me show you this. So as you can see, I have 3 pinwheels. I'm going to show you how to make the 4th one on this block, and I'm also going to put a pinwheel right in the center. So I will have a pillow top with 5 pinwheels. And these, for this sample or example, I am using a 5-inch background piece, and this piece is 4 inches. Let me show you how this is done. So the key is to make sure your fabrics are right sides together like this. So right sides facing right sides. And you know me, I don't like to get up to the ironing table unless I have a lot going on. So I'm gonna use my roller to press this, but fold the corner to the very corner. Now it really doesn't matter which way you fold these blocks as long as you fold every one of them the exact same direction. I found out the hard way. I had to unpick one of my blocks. So I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to bring this top corner, we'll have this be the bottom, this is the right side. I'm going to bring the right side down with the tip right at the tip of the fabric, like so, and I'm going to pin it. And then I'm going to sew it down on this line, and I'm not going to sew it 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to sew probably at 1/8 of an inch or right on the edge, and that is just to hold it in place. So now I have 4 of these blocks. And look, I want to show you something. They were all done in the same direction. See that? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put this one up here, and I'm going to put this one, I'm going to turn it and put it there, and this one's going to get turned even one more turn, and this one's going to go like this. See how that pinwheel came together? Then I'm going to sew these 2 sides together and these 2 sides together. Now, just a tip about sewing these blocks. There's a lot of bulk in them. So I'm just making sure I have it lined up. I'm sewing, by the way, at 1/4 of an inch. So I have my 2 blocks done, and they look like this. See how that's coming together? Now, I'm not going to get up and iron, but I am going to fold these open at the seams. And I'm going to get out my seam roller and just smush it down as much as I can. Really giving it a lot of pressure. And the same on this side. When you end up with one of these finished right here in the center, it's going to be quite heavy. And I'm going to tell you what I did to quilt over that. I'm nesting these. Even though I've got all of my seams open, there's enough bulk that you can totally see to nest them. So look at this. Ta-da! Then you press it, and there it is. But before I press it, I'm going to do this. I have a center pinwheel, which I'm going to place one on the corner of each of these. The reason I'm able to do this is because I did the top square at 4 inches, and that gives me the space to do that. And this last one, matching the corners, folding point to point, then taking the right side down to the point and stitching it down. And ta-da! Isn't that cute? So I have 5 pinwheels, and this would make the cutest pillow cover. And again, I was able to get the spacing in between these because this colored piece is 4 inches and the background piece is 5 inches. The pillow I'm going to show you next, and how you do the block, is 5 and 5. Got it? So I want to show you the back. It is some heavy stitching. Can you see that? Kind of gross, isn't it? It's a little difficult to iron, and if you're going to quilt it, these intersections where the pinwheels are very heavy. A couple of tips. I would hammer them down on cement as a base using a rubber mallet. Of course, I would put batting on the bottom and batting on the top to protect the fabric. But I've done that before as a long arm quilter. That's if you're going to run them through the long arm. But running them through the long arm would be problematic, don't you think? Let me show you how I solved that on this next one, because you'd be picking up all of these. But my daughter-in-law's table runner, and I'll show you a picture of that at the end. She has them all lined up, and she just quilted around them. Let me show you how I quilted mine on the long arm. Okay, so I'm going to do the envelope closure on the pillow, which I'm famous for because it's fun and easy to change. And what I did was I just chose a little pinwheel design. Can you see that design? Isn't that cute? And on the 2 envelope portions, I just did an edge to edge. And then look at this. You can see this is the back. It's bigger, right? You can see also that there's tacks. I don't know when that shows up, where I actually stitched in the ditch right on the pinwheel itself. So what I did was I knew I had this pattern on my long arm, and the minute I saw this, I knew what I was going to do. So I stitched this little pinwheel pattern that's connected here in the center of each one of these. And then I wanted it to be held down, so I literally just stitched in the ditch a little bar tack right in the center of each of those pinwheels, and it doesn't show at all. The next thing I'm going to do is construct my pillow so I can put it on my pillow. So I have sewn down the 2 edges of the envelope, and I have it overlapped a good, well, let me measure. Whew, this one's overlapped quite a bit. It's like 10 inches. I think what I may do is overlap it, is trim it some more. I want to be able to get the pillow in after all. So let's go for, like, I think a 7-inch overlap is a good choice. That's what I did on the other one. Oh, what the heck. I went with a 9-inch overlap. Okay. And I'm just going to pin this together and stitch it down. Then bind it, and voila, it will be done. Let's see, let's get my 9 inches. And I have this overhang. I'm just going to go ahead and sew it all down and then cut it off after I sew it down. Let's see, in there. Here we go, stitching all the way around the pillow. It's looking like a pillow. So all I have to do is take the scissors to this edge and pull the pins and bind it. I'm using my stitch in the ditch foot to put the binding on. And again, the needle position is in the center position on this the first time I sew it on. And I don't change it to a 1/2 inch until I get all the way. I don't change it to a 1/4 inch until I stitch it down on the other side. The corner we're going to stop and pivot, and I sew diagonally off the end. Then I'm going to wrap it up to the top, fold it down to the bottom, secure it with a pin, and begin stitching again. Well, I think this is really cute. It's a very, I guess, springy, summery pillow top. You could make this, oh my gosh, the possibilities. Remember this? Kilroy was here? Anyway, sorry guys. You could make this out of red, white, and blue. Wouldn't that be fun for summer? And here is my pillow all finished. I think it's so darling. I'm going to take it downstairs and I'm going to change it out right in front of your eyes. First though, check out that binding. You gotta love a black and white striped binding. I think it looks great with these bright, vivid colors. Let's go downstairs. All right, magic, right before your eyes. Now you see a chocolate Easter bunny pillow? Okay, this always takes some pulling and tugging. I can't tell you how many times Hazel adjusted the bow on the bunny. She'd come and she'd turn it. What'd she say? She just says, now it's perfect. Yeah. Anyway, she says, now it works. All right. And here goes this one. Look at that. Stuffing right before your eyes. Didn't think I had that talent, did you? Okay. I really made this overlap quite a bit. Overlappy. Maybe next time, instead of doing 9 inches, I should do 7. I'm thinking 7 is the magic number, but I have to tell you, 6 definitely doesn't work. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 9 inches on the overlap is too much. Because you really have to go through a workout to get this to fit in that opening. Can be done, however. Pushing the corners out. Don't know if I'm going to make it or not. Give it a good pound or two. And ta-da! Isn't this just the cutest? I love a pop of color, and this will probably stay on my sofa until June when I do Flag Day. I think this has just been such a fun project, and I hope you enjoy making it. I'll go ahead and write down the directions and put them on my website so you can make a pinwheel, a 3D pinwheel quilt block. You can do it as a pillow, a table runner, whatever you want. If you like what you see, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe or give me a thumbs up or both. And then don't forget to tell me what you're doing this weekend. I'm staying home and working, and I've got 2 friends at the Paducha Quilt Show. So I would love to hear if you guys are doing anything really fun and quilty this weekend. All right, till next week. See ya. Bye.